This ride-along has been requested by the PNW Rails 10. Thanks for the request.
Sorry, I wasn't watching that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
We'll get a chance at some point.
Well, all aboard.
3 different people across the cabin once in forever.
Yeah. Yep, all aboard.
Yep.
You know, I've been to other places myself, and so I've been to many different railroad museums and scenic railroads.
Yeah.
Last time I've been to either one of those was in June of this year. No, wait, not June. Last month, in the 24th. Yeah. So I really did have a lot of fun. You know, I did remember this one railroad museum that I've only been to once, and this was during my summer vacation out in Texas with my grandparents. And in one of the days during the week that we spent there, we went out to a place in Frisco called the Museum of the American Railroad.
Frisco, Texas?
Yeah. And it was a big railroad museum, and they had the world's largest diesel and steam locomotive down there, all built for the Union Pacific Railroad.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know, the 6900 series Sentinel diesel locomotives, and then the 4884 big boys steam locomotive.
Yeah.
You know, actually one of them is actually operational, and it's still used by the Union Pacific to this day. Although it was retired for like 50 years before being returned back to service on the railroad in May 2019, when it was after 4 years of restoration.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite excited for them because then now we have all 3 steam locomotives from that railroad that are operational to this day. Even though I've heard that since they got the 4014, the 3095, the 460 steam locomotive from service, but they're hoping to return it back, but just not at the moment, you know, on their property. So instead, they donated the locomotive to a railroad museum in Illinois, and that railroad museum is planning on restoring that engine for them and returning it to service. So yeah, now we get 3 of the most famous Indian Pacific steam locomotives that's ever operated on this country.
Yeah. I actually have a question for you. Do you go by Willamette Valley Studios on Instagram? I was curious because recently, how I found out about the running the buds this week was via a mutual person who's super interested in transit, who was out there taking pictures of it and everything. And yeah, I was seeing something by that name, and everything you're talking about sounds so much exactly like that person. You might have even seen them on the train.
Yeah, but I also do a lot of research and, you know, on history and each one of the locomotives across the state.
Yeah.
As well as some very few across either the country or the world. But yeah. Oh, and here's a little fun fact on the Polar Express.
Yeah.
So the filmmakers that designs the train, yeah, the locomotive that was in the movie. They actually used a blueprint design of one of the steam locomotives that is still running to this day. That was used for the movie, and it looks almost exactly just like the real thing. But there were a few different things, but it does make it, you know, cool that way because it's a Christmas train.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the real engine that was featured, yeah, in a different model in the movie was the Pure Mark 1225. It's a 284 Berkshire steam model. Yeah, and lots of people across the country and even some across the world actually refer the engine as the real Polar Express engine. And speaking of which, during the holiday season, you know, during the winter months, they actually haul a special train with that locomotive since they often call it the real Polar Express.
Yeah.
Even though the train that it pulls during that season isn't exactly called Polar Express, but it's called the North Pole Express. But in some rare occasions during its runs on those trains, it often carries the name Polar Express on its tender, which is really cool. It makes it just exactly like, almost exactly like it was in the movie.
Yeah.
But there's also a little hint though, yeah, about the whistle that was in the movie. It did not come from that locomotive. It actually came from an older steam engine, a small one too. But it's in Jamestown, California, and it's still operating to this day. And it's also a movie star. So it was featured in many Western films, TV shows, movies, including some like, say, Back to the Future Part 3. But yeah, this steam locomotive used its whistle in the movie for the Polar Express engine instead of 1225. So yeah, that locomotive's the Sierra Railroad number 3. Yeah. I mean, it's so famous. Like it's the most famous steam train in the world. Well, I mean, not vehicle in the world, but it is famous though.
Yeah.
But it's actually most referred to as the most photographed steam locomotive. But funny thing, the train that is in Portland, the 74429, is actually also referred to as the second most photographed steam locomotive. So it's in second place behind the Sierra Railroad train. Which seems pretty neat. I mean, 2 locomotives from 2 states that are next door to each other.
TMW detector. Milepost 30.7. No defects. Total axle 8 out.
And even some of the baggage compartments are there too. And this one right here, which is used, but instead of hauling baggage like they used to back then, they carry mice now. Yeah, since less trains here on this line carry bicycles too. But wouldn't it be pretty cool if somebody was heading to the Portland airport and they've ridden on this exact train from Wilsonville and had their baggage up here?
That would be easier.
Yeah, make it just like how it was back in the 1950s.
Oh yeah. In the 60s. Yeah, you got one of the baggage compartments right here.
Oh yeah.
Using his fly coverage.
Yeah, I think those are like storage compartments, not baggage compartments. But yeah, that's where the operators usually keep their stuff in.
Yep.
Oh, and see that little bit knob up there?
Yeah, that's the emergency room.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's pretty neat though.
Yeah. I've noticed like all sorts of different little demarcations on the base of the train, like kind of where it curves in towards the undercarriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Little details you don't notice.
also since yesterday when I ridden on this train, I noticed that both trains are running in fully loaded. Because they have two sets of TMUs and two sets of these RDCs. So they're running on at the same time too, so different ways.
I've ran into, or I've already ridden on the cars. So I actually got here to Beaverton Transit Center to ride this bud, and then it said the Colorado Rail car was there, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm waiting an hour to get on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little over an hour, but my favorite part of the routes that I like, when riding on this rail line, is the Tualatin from Tualatin to Wilsonville. It's the most scenic route.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. They have a bunch of ponds and stuff along the way too.
Yeah, and the views of the valley, like it's amazing. Like it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
But not as breathtaking as the Grand Canyon. And speaking of that, I should
You
say.
got a trespasser walk along main one at the head of the yard.
That's his scanner. Yeah.
Trespasser main one at the yard. Okay.
Yeah, so have you ever heard of the Grand Canyon Railway?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, do you know any YouTubers that ridden on that train?
I do, but I haven't watched the videos.
Well, I know one.
Michael Downey.
Oh, yeah, Downey Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching all of his episodes.
Yep.
Well, not all of them, but all of his trips, on trains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually watched all the way to the very end.
That's Department West.
Currently, I'm watching all of his Airchime videos.
Yeah, the season 2 where he's riding every train from Florida to Alaska.
Yeah, from the most southern terminal to the most northern.
Yep.
But I believe in episode 9, this Saturday, he's going to be riding on the ferry all day. From Washington to Alaska.
Yes. It's the last one we got.
And funny thing, so along this route, this part here, this train runs right by Fuller Yard. Yeah, so that's the name of this rail yard right here. It's called Fuller Yard. See, look, they got like 6 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these trains are the ones that pass by my house in Cornelius. They normally, refer those trains as the Hillsborough Switcher.
Yeah.
But I get it because they go through the Hillsborough rail yard. So yeah, they kind of do like switching duty sometimes. But, oh look at that! One of the historic Santa Fe locomotives there too. Yeah, I mean it's owned by the PNW, but it used to be a Santa Fe engine, way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their main office right there.
Pacific and Western of Denise and Wyoming.
I mean, Portland.
P and W detector milepost 3.2. No defects. Speed 4.5.
Thanks to Astoria. Well, not all the way to Astoria because the trolley runs there. And plus, so yeah, and then it goes through, and then via through Beaverton. There's 2 routes that split away from Beaverton. Well, mainly Tigard actually, but so yeah, those tracks right there, they lead into Portland through Lake Oswego, and this track goes all the way down through Salem and Eugene, and Eugene's the very end of the line for that railroad because then it transfers to another railroad by the same company as them.
Yeah.
The Genesee, Wyoming.
Do they actually have like passenger services still?
Or dispatch bit also.
Well, I mean, there's the Amtrak trains, which is the most common passenger.
Yeah, 1711 like to report a trespasser walking westward or geographic south
The Oregon Rail Heritage Center
in Tigard Yard on track 4, female, Caucasian, dark hair, black dress with no sleeves, black tight. Over. Alright, female walking on track 4 there, Tigard Yard, black dress, black tights, I guess, and within the yard there.
I don't think so, because it was not actually built by any of
That's correct.
the big 3.
Going towards the yard office.
It was actually built in Portland, Oregon.
Towards the yard office. So is that, just trying to think here, guys, because I'm looking obviously at the screen here. But is that, I guess, between Hall Boulevard and Southwest Anita Road? It should be roughly in that geographical area.
Working in Portland ever since. Although, its first company that it worked for in Portland was its original
yeah, I guess so.
railroad company, the Oregon Railroad and Navigation.
All right, I'll figure it out, and I'll let someone know.
But when the Union Pacific borrowed some railroads and
Thank you.
was from other rail lines, like including the OR and they actually bought several of their long bus, including the 197, and renumbered them and made them as their Union Pacific roster. Oh, hey, you might want to look through the front window. Because if you look straight ahead, as we go around the corner, you'll see a truss bridge right up ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, like, this actually crosses over a river, and the whole stretch of the way across this big, long bridge.
There's a rail pen down there.
Yeah, so this whole route, this part of the route, across this bridge, follows a trail that leads into a park.
Yeah, I've been watching the rail.
There's also another train trestle right here, too, which goes right over Tualatin. Like, it's pretty cool that it goes right over the town.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that not only does it go, that the Portland Western only goes from Peg Lake to Astoria, Portland, and Eugene, but they also go all the way out to Toledo, which is the most farthest route into the coast. And Toledo is actually near the coast.
Yeah, it's off of Uquina Bay, right as it turns into the bay.
Yeah, and funny thing, there is a railroad museum on those tracks in Toledo.
Yeah.
And this station is the last station for to get on board the TriMet buses. Because after that, at Wilsonville, there's only smart buses.
Yep, and chariots. I've always figured though that they would have YCTA going there too,
But yeah, I mean buses. I mean these TriMet buses goes as far as from Portland, Forest Grove, and all the way down to Oregon City, as well as Tualatin.
They also, TriMet has buses that go to Estacada as well. The Line 30.
Yeah, but this west goes a little further than Tualatin, so it goes all the way down to Wilsonville. And the max goes, like some of the buses, to Gresham. With all these buses and trains, it really does link every city and town, together.
Just about. I wish you could take normal, one of the normal city bus services, but down to Eugene. But there's that gap between Salem, and Eugene.
I'm not sure if you've heard, but a few years ago there was a meeting, upon the West and some other rail companies, including including TriMet. They were trying to plan on extending this line.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way down to Salem, which seems a little crazy, but then again, it seems like a very awesome idea, though.
I think it would work if they just went sensible and actually didn't run this only at rush hour. But then again, it's also the most expensive line.
Well, yeah, and the reason why that they only run during rush hours is so that way that freight trains can actually go through this line between those hours.
Because the freight railroad owns it.
Because they own this line, and the operators that run these trains, including the West, are all from that railroad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the trains here, they are from TriMet, but the workers that operates these trains is from the railroad that is in partnership with TriMet.
Yep.
I mean that's the neat thing because they know their job around these areas. Because you wouldn't send out any TriMet employees trying to run these trains down here. Because that would be kind of risky though. But at least it's a good thing that no freight trains run through during rush hours. But the one thing that might be much cooler if these trains did run all the way down to Salem is if it might actually connect to the Amtrak railroad station.
Yes.
That would be even more cooler. Like that would be awesome. That way people, who wants to actually, not just go all the way out to Portland, but go to either Beaverton or Forest Grove, can actually take the west to Beaverton, or take the west to Beaverton and then take the buses out elsewhere, other than Portland.
Yeah.
Now that would be a great connection. And plus, it'll make it even more than just a suburban, commuter rail service. It would be the commuter rail service that it should be. Because several people have said that unlike other commuter rail services in the United States, this train doesn't go as far as most of them. And it is still...
P&W detector, milepost 37.6. No defects, out.
Yeah, so we're at the Tualatin to Wilsonville route, so yeah, this is my favorite route. Like, you can see everything from woods, valleys, rivers, and even a big pond full of lily pads. And the trestle goes straight at first at the pond, halfway through, and then at the other half, there's an angled curve right there on the trestle. Like, I'm not sure if you noticed, but when trains cross over that trestle, at the curve, they kind of angle a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the other curves are also angled as well, but it does allow the trains to actually, go around curves at fast speeds. Oh, yeah, this curve is so the curve is on the other side of the spot. So yeah, if you feel it. Like, feel that chill. Like, you kind of feel it.
Makes sense to your own terms.
Yeah.
For rail car.
Look at that old building there. Very old historic building there. There's an old building down there. So yeah. So yeah. But the part that I said the valley.
Yeah.
So there's an area once you're like nearby a bridge that goes across the road, which actually the bridge is kind of like a tunnel underneath. But yeah, I think we're getting near to that part. You know, when you get to see the breathtaking view of the valley. And I think we're about here. Look.
You get to see that, or if you look on the other side, you get to enjoy the views of Coffee Creek Corrections.
Yeah, but I mean this part is industrial, but on this side it's more like of a nature kind of feel.
Yeah.
Although even though you can see some houses in the distance in the valley, but it's really amazing though. You know when you get to that part.
There's a lot of smog out here though, in this area for some reason. Got the lasting Emily blackberries and broken leaves.
Yeah. I also noticed that there's an old track somewhere around here that is still there,
Yeah.
and it's not used anymore. Oh yep. Take a good look at the view right here. Look, you can see the view right over there.
Yep.
Right there. Yeah, look straight that way. Look at that.
The wetlands and the
Yeah,
Long
but yeah, but you can see even farther out into the mountains in the distance.
Yeah.
There's even a big lake right there too.
Yep. That part of me that always wonders is like, is there a bunch of good quality fish prison first?
You know, the funny thing about these trees is that look how nicely like lined up that they are almost.
Yeah, that's because they're intentionally like
Yeah, it's almost like as if there was a Christmas tree farm right here years ago. Yeah. Because that's how some tree farms are like. Yeah. So when you keep looking to the side as we enter through right by a forest area, like look, when you look through this tree, full of tree areas, it's like going through a forest.
Oh, I know, yeah. We are.
Yeah.
Left of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot of trees down this way. Because this way it's just mostly industrial areas. But this side, this is where you can get to see all the nature right here.
Yep. I already, when I was on here before and I recorded the video for it, I was sitting on this side, so I got the entire thing. So it was in July, or late June, so I got a lot better sunshine.
Yeah, I mean the sun was high up back then, but with the sun down like this and looking out to the valley, it's even more than just breathtaking. It's like spectacular.
The problem is, of course, as usual, cameras can never pick up that kind of sun's directly inside of it.
Yeah, so when I ride these trains, either if the train goes this way or that way, I go to either end that is facing the direction that they're going. And there's the shops right there. Hey, look at that. They moved the other RDCs away. Or no, wait.
No, actually, see the back, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're still at the same location. It's just the view from there, here, to there. That looks like that's a quick moved, but no. Well, I think we should get to the doors had the baggage compartments, or like what used to be.